equipotential surfaces. Equipotential surface in an electric field. At some points, the electric potentials may be equal. At some points, the electric potentials may be equal. Then the locus of all the points where the electric potentials are equal, that is called the locus. Means the envelope or the locus or the surface obtained by joining all the points in the electric field where the electric potentials are equal. Such surface or such locus is called an equipotential surface. So that is the definition of the equipotential surface. Okay, so here suppose if you take the positive charge plus Q from this point at certain distance r, from this point at certain distance r, suppose if the potential is V. Okay, then from this charge in this direction also at the same distance potential is V only. Here also at the same distance potential is V only. In this direction also at the same distance r potential is V only. In this direction also at the same distance potential is V only. In this way, around the charge, in the electric field formed by this charge, you find the different points where the potentials are equal. Okay, suppose at a distance r, around them the potentials are equal. Then you join all those points. You join all those points and you imagine in three-dimensional. You imagine in three-dimensional. Then what is the shape of that surface or locus where the potentials are equal? Spherical. That's why the nature of the equipotential surface is the sphere, not circle. In two-dimensional, okay, but because of this point charge, around that point charge, the influence of the charge exists. No, that's why in the space we have to join all the points where the potentials are same. Then if you apply, if you join all the points where the potentials are same, then you will get a spherical surface. Then you will get a spherical surface. That's why due to point charge, what is the shape of the equipotential surface? Means spherical surface. So here due to point charge, or charged sphere, connecting or non-connecting, charged sphere, equipotential surface is a sphere. Okay. Next, due to linear charge, suppose this is the linear charge like Y. Due to the linear charge, what is the nature of the equipotential surface? Yeah, cylinder. Very good. So here from this charge at a perpendicular distance r, whatever the potential, here also potential is V only, like this. That's why if you take the locus of all the points, then the nature of the surface is cylinder. So due to linear charge, the equipotential surface EPS is a cylinder. EPS is a cylinder. Here it is the sphere. Here it is the cylinder. In this way, based on the different charged bodies, the equipotential surface are in different shapes. For sphere or point charge, it is the spherical sphere. For linear charge, it is the cylinder. Now, what are the properties of the equipotential surface? Properties. These properties are also important. These properties may ask as a one objective point. So here, objective question. Here, at any point on the equipotential surface, what about the electric potential? At any point on the equipotential surface, what is the electric potential? Mention in the chart box. Same. So on the equipotential surface, suppose 2 points are chosen. At those 2 points, what is the potential difference? On the equipotential surface, we have taken 2 points. Okay, between the 2 points, what is the potential difference? 0, because equipotential surface means potential remains the same at every point. So when you choose the 2 points on the equipotential surface at any distance, the potential difference is 0. Whenever the potential difference is 0 on the equipotential surface, when you move a charge from one point to another point on the equipotential surface, is there any work to be done? Is there any work done? No. That's why here first point, no work is done. No work is done in moving any charge on equipotential surface due to potential difference is equal to 0. Okay. Next, suppose if it is the point charge, at this point, what is the direction of the electric field? Away from the charge means in this direction. Here in this direction. Here, suppose if you see this direction is perpendicular to the equipotential surface at this point. Here, this is also the electric line of force also, or electric field direction. That means at any point on the equipotential surface, the electric field is normal to the equipotential surface. Our electric lines of force are always normal to the equipotential surface. Electric lines of force are normal to the equipotential surface. Or intensity of electric field is also normal to the equipotential surface. So here, intensity of electric field or electric lines of force. Are always normal to the equipotential surface. Intensity of electric field or electric lines of force are always normal to the equipotential surface. Okay, note down. This equipotential surface may be having any shape. EPS may be having any shape. Any shape. Note down. Shall I erase this part? Okay. Equipotential surface means the locus or envelope of all the points in an electric field where electric potential remains same is called equipotential surface. Okay. The locus or envelope of all the points in an electric field where the electric potentials are same is called equipotential surface. Okay. Some note points related to equipotential surface. First one, suppose there are electric lines of force are parallel to each other. That means electric field is the uniform electric field. Electric field is the uniform electric field like this. Uniform electric field. Suppose at this point the potential is say V1. At this point, potential is say V2. What about the relation between V1 and V2? Is V1 greater or V2 greater? Is V1 greater or V2 greater? V1 greater. Okay, somebody else asked me second problem. Intensity of electric field or electric lines of force are always normal to the equipotential surface. Suppose it is the equipotential surface due to point charge. Okay, then here if you draw the electric line of force or intensity of electric field, that is always perpendicular to the, suppose at this point on the equipotential surface, if you draw the tangent, then normal to the tangent here electric line of force is there, or direction of the electric field is there. Suppose you consider the point here, the electric line of force is like this. That means this is also perpendicular to the equipotential surface. Okay. Okay. Electric line of force or electric field is always perpendicular to the direction of the equipotential surface. Somebody else asked me, are you clarified now? Okay. Right. Now it is the uniform electric field because all electric lines of force are parallel and the directions are also same. Okay, now at this point, okay, from this it is clear that V1 greater than V2. V1 greater than V2 because along the direction of the electric field, definitely electric potential decrease and intensity of electric field also decrease. At this point, intensity of electric field is E1. Sorry. Here uniform electric field. If it is the non-uniform electric field, in such case, along the direction of electric field, intensity of electric field gradually decrease. So here you see, at this point, exactly perpendicular to this electric lines of force, you imagine a surface perpendicular to the here also perpendicular to the direction of the electric lines of force. Imagine the this plane. This plane, of course, due to uniform electric field, if you obtain the due to uniform electric field, because intensity of electric field remains same at every point and direction is also same. That's why if in case of uniform electric field, at any point, at any place, if you draw the equipotential surface, then you will get a plane surface. In case of uniform electric field, the equipotential surface is a plane surface. This is one equipotential surface. It is one equipotential surface. These are the equipotential surfaces which are plane. Due to uniform electric field, the equipotential surface is a plane. As these are the equipotential surfaces, definitely at this point, at this point, at this point, potentials are same. Here V1, here V1, here V1, here V2, V2, V2. This concept is very, very important. Based on this concept, once in mains they ask the problems. They ask a problem. Okay. No doubt. Second one. One minute. Okay, here there is a uniform electric field. It is a uniform electric field having intensity E is equal to 10 Newton per coulomb or volt per meter. 10 Newton per coulomb or volt per meter. Okay, there is an equilateral triangle in this. There is in this uniform electric field, there is an equilateral triangle is taken like this. Equilateral triangle ABC. Okay. Then what is the potential difference between VA minus VB? That is the question they asked. VA minus VB is what? Side is A. The side is equal to, we are given 2 meter. Side is 2 meter. That means side A is equal to 2 meter. That is given. VA minus VB is what? That is the question. First of all, tell me, is VB greater or VA greater? Potential at B is greater or potential at A is greater? At B, potential is greater. Very good. Because along the direction of the electric field, when you move, the potential decreases. This point A is beyond this point B along the direction of the electric field. That's why definitely potential at B is greater than potential at A. So VA minus VB, will you get negative or positive? VA minus VB, will you get negative or positive? Negative. Very good. Now, how we can find? Already we know between the 2 points, if the electric field is uniform, then potential difference between 2 points separated by distance is equal to E into D. We are having formula. Am I right? Okay, we are having formula. Potential difference V is equal to ED. Here I have taken potential difference delta V is equal to E into D. Okay. Delta V means VA minus VB, which is equal to no doubt minus E into D. Because since VB greater than VB, so that is equal to minus. What about E? Of course, in SS it is given 10. Into what about D? D means distance between points A and B along the direction of electric field. D and A, that is the distance. In this formula, delta V is equal to ED. D is the distance between the 2 points along the direction of electric field only. But here, this distance is the, along this direction is the distance. Suppose you draw an equipotential surface here, perpendicular to the direction of the airplane. Suppose when you draw the plane, then it is the equipotential surface. Here, as this equipotential surface is perpendicular to the lines of force, at this point, at this point, at this point, at this point, at everywhere potentials are same. No? So here also potential is VA only. Here potential is VB. Here potential is VA. Here potential is VA. Here VA. Here VA. At every point potential is VA. So if you find the potential difference between these 2 points or these 2 points, that is same. Okay. Suppose as it is the equilateral triangle, this angle is 60. Then this distance is equal to 2 cos 16. 2 cos 16. This distance is equal to 2 cos 16. Okay, therefore D means this is equal to D. Okay, therefore D means 2 cos 16. Therefore, VA minus VB is equal to minus 10 volts. That is the answer. It is also important problem. Note down. Yeah, D is equal to 1. Note down. Third one. One more question they asked in mains. These are the equipotential surfaces. Here at this point the potential is 10 volt, here 20 volt, here 30 volt. That means potential difference between any two adjacent equipotential surfaces, that is 20 minus 10 means 10 volts. ఈ రెండింటి మధ్య పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ అంటే these are equipotential surfaces. These are the equipotential surfaces, EPS, equipotential surfaces. So potential difference between these two all are same. Now what is the electric field? What is the electric field? Here are these, as the equipotential surfaces are parallel to each other, is the electric field is uniform or non-uniform? Tell me. Uniform, because just before we discuss it, here you see, here whenever the, in case of uniform electric field, if you draw the equipotential surface, we got this is the equipotential surface, no, plane surface. So in case of uniform electric field, the equipotential surfaces are plane surfaces. So this is the equipotential surface, this is all are equipotential surface, they are parallel to each other. That's why definitely here uniform electric field is formed. What is the intensity of electric field? That is the question asked. What is the intensity of electric field? Here we are given the position of this point along x-axis is 10. These are in SI system only. 10 meter, I think. No, centimeters. In centimeters it is given. 10 centimeter, 20 centimeter, 30 centimeter. It is given like this. Okay. Here this angle is given as 30 degree. Of course, as these all are parallel to each other, this 30, this 30. Now, what is the intensity of electric field? That is the question they ask. To find the intensity of electric field, first we had to find the potential or perpendicular distance between two equipotential surfaces. Here also you see, here when you draw a perpendicular line here, the perpendicular distance between two equipotential surfaces is this only. Similarly, here also perpendicular distance between two equipotential surfaces we have to find. From this point, you draw a normal line onto this one. This is the normal line. So, what is the direction of the electric field? What is the direction of the electric field? No doubt, electric field direction is perpendicular to the equipotential surface. So, I have drawn. This is the perpendicular line which is perpendicular to equipotential surfaces. Now, is the electric field formed here is in this direction, in this direction or in this direction? From 20 to 10 or 10 to 20? From 20 volt potential equipotential surface to 10 equipotential surface or 10 to 20 equipotential surface? In which direction intensity of electric field is there? Higher potential to lower potential only. Okay, higher potential to lower potential only. The electric field direction is there. That's why 20 to 30. Here 30 to 20. Okay, this is the direction of the intensity of electric field. What is its magnitude? Along this direction, between these 2 points, we know the potential difference delta V. If you know this distance, then intensity of V is equal to potential difference between these 2 points. Delta V is equal to E into T. Okay, delta V means in between these 2 points, potential difference is 20 minus 10. 20 minus 10 is equal to E. We had to find. What about this distance? Here D means R1. This is equal to D. Okay, here it is. This length is equal to 20 minus 10. 10 sin 30. No? 10 sin 30. But it is in CS system into 10 to the minus 2 meter. Okay, so this is 5. Therefore, E is equal to 200 Newton per coulomb. 200 Newton per coulomb or volt per meter. This is the intensity of electric. In this way, we have to find. No doubt, it's a very, very important problem. Even you find here also, we will get the same value. No doubt. Okay. Distance here, perpendicular distance between two equipotential surfaces means this one. What is this length? Here 20, here 10. So this length is equal to 10 centimeter. Okay. In this right angle triangle, because it is 90. In this right angle triangle, if it is 10 and it is angle is 30, then what about this length? Sin 30 is equal to opposite, that means d by hypotenuse is 10. Okay, Keshav Gupta. Okay, right. Have you noted this one? Yeah, these are the distances. That means along x-axis, this equipotential surface intersects the x-axis at a point 10 centimeter. It is 20 centimeter. It is 30 centimeter. Okay, Marthan. Okay, shall I go to next point? Charge present at origin, that is not given. Charge present at origin or not, that is not given. Charge definitely there. Where it is not given. Okay, right. Next, fourth one, fourth node point, right up. The electric field in the region, right up. Fourth node point. The electric field in the region is given by. The electric field in the region is given by E bar is equal to 4AXY root Z into I cap plus 2AX square root Z J cap plus AX square Y root Z K cap. 4AX square root Z I cap plus 2AX square root Z J cap AX square Y root Z K cap. Come where A is positive constant. This is the question mark. Where A is positive constant. Where A is positive constant. One minute. Vijay, in this previous note, if there is 10 volt in the middle and 20 volt. Okay. If 10 volt is here, 20 volt like that, definitely electric field intensity direction is always from higher potential to lower potential. If it is 30, 20, 10, then in this direction, intensity of electric field is there. Okay. Sometimes the intensity of electric field may be given in vector form. Answer will be given in vector form. Already we got the magnitude. So how we can write in vector form? Intensity of electric field in this direction having magnitude 200 Newton. Therefore, E bar is equal to Ex I cap plus Ey j cap. No? So Ex means the x component of this electric field. If it is 30, definitely this component is equal to, this is 60. This is 60. Okay, therefore the component of the electric field along x-axis is E cos 60, but that is along negative x direction. So minus E cos 60. Next, y component is along this direction. So plus E sin 60 j cap. Okay, now we substitute this value here. Then E bar is equal to Ex means E cos minus E cos 60. So minus E means 200 cos 60 1 by 2, that is 100. 100 I cap plus it is 200 into sin 60 root 3 by 2. That means 100 root 3 j cap Newton per coulomb. So this is the intensity of electric. Okay. Here we are telling in this Venu. Okay, problem is not completed. Right on. The electric field in the region is given by E bar for something is given A is positive constant. Then the equation of equipotential surface. The equation of equipotential surface. Equation of is dash. That is the question. The equation of equipotential surface is dash. Okay, I think you could understand the question. Intensity of electric field is given, that depends on the position of coordinates. Then what is the equation of equipotential surface? That is the question they asked. Okay. Notice of all the points where the potentials are same. That is the question they asked. So here already we know from dV is equal to minus E bar dot dr bar. dV is equal to minus E bar dot dr bar. Okay. So you take integration on both sides. Integral dV means V. That is equal to minus integral of E bar dot dr bar. E bar dot dr bar. E bar dot dr bar means we can write E into dx plus E into dy plus E into dx, we can write now. Sorry, Ex into dx, Ey into dy, Ez into dz. We can write like this now. Okay. We can write like this because dr bar is equal to dx I cap plus dy j cap plus dz k cap. Okay. Now you integrate them. You substitute the values. V is equal to minus of integral Ex. You write dou x because partial integration we have to dou x to dou y dou z. Okay, because here when you integrate this with respect to x, remaining all are constant. Because Ex is equal to minus, how we can write? Ex is equal to minus dou v by dou r no dou x. Ex is equal to minus dou v by dou x, or my dou v is equal to minus ex into dou x. So you write like this. Similarly, ey dy, you write. So here ex into dou x plus ey into dou y plus dou z now ez into dou z minus whatever ex. Ex means this one 4axy root z into dou x plus integral of here is integral of ey means 2ax square root z dou y plus integral ax square y root z dou z. Tell me what is the value after integration? Only x is the variable, remaining all are constant. That's the minus of 4ay root z into integral x dou x, that means x square by 2 plus here also y is only variable, here 2ax square root z into integral dy means y plus z is only the variable, so ax square y into root z integration. Root z means z to the power of half. Z to the power of half means what is the integration of z to the power of half? Yeah, no, whenever intention of electricity is given in terms of position coordinates like this, x, y, z like this, then ex is equal to dou minus dou v by dou x. Already I said in the class, in last classes. Ey is equal to dou v minus dou v by dou y. Ez is equal to minus dou v by dou z. So from that, dou v is equal to minus ex into dx. So here minus ex into dou x we have to write minus ey into dou y, ez into dou z. Okay, z power 3 by 2. Z power 3 by 2. No, by 3 by 2 already you get now. Z to the power of half plus 1. That means z to the power of 3 by 2 by 3 by 2. Z to the power of 3 by 2 by 3 by 2. Because it is the integration of. This is the value. Note down. Some terms will be cancelled. 1 minute, I will see the problem. I think problem I have noted wrongly. So sorry. Ax square y by root z. Sorry, here I have noted wrongly. Ax square y by root z. This is the case. By root z. Now you tell me. Ax square y into 1 by root z. That means z to the power of minus half. When you do integration, z to the power of minus half gives z to the power of minus half dou z gives what? Z to the power of minus z power of minus half into dou z. That gives what? Integral z power of minus half dou z means plus 1. That means 1 by 2. 2 root z. Okay. Plus 2 root z only, no? Plus 2 root z only. Yeah. Root z by 1 by 2 means 2 root z. Yes. 2 root z. You write 2 root z. Okay. In all terms, which one we can take common? Here 2 2s are. So in all terms 2ay root z is there. You take common 2ay root z. No. 2ay root z x square, 2ay root z x square, 2ay root z, 2ay root z x square. Yeah, all terms are same. That's why v is equal to 6. You will get v is equal to 6 a x square y root z, isn't it? Of course, minus sign is there, so minus 6a x square y root z. Okay, this is the v value in terms of xyz, but we need the equipotential surface. We need the equipotential surface. That means potential must be constant. That's why this potential v must be constant. So you write constant. So from this, already minus 6a is constant. That's why simply we can write minus 6a, that is constant. Simply write the meaning x square y root z is equal to constant, or root z is equal to constant by x square into y. Here answer is given z is equal to something. Z is equal to square root of the square of this one. Constant square means another constant, by square of this one means x to the power of 4y square. I think this is the answer. Yeah, this is the answer. This is the equipotential surface. This is the equation of the equipotential surface. The above is the equation of equipotential surface. No doubt. Yeah, sorry, page 6a y x square root z. Okay, Vijay, I will unmute you. Vijay. Vijay.
Sir, in the previous case, we have discussed 10 volts, 20 volts, 30 volts, no, sir?
Okay.
Sir, if there is a 10 volts in the middle, 30 volts in the last, 20 volts in the first, there is two cases to fill it.
No. Definitely, they will be either in ascending order or descending order.
Okay, sir.
Because along the direction of the electric field, when you move, the potential decreases gradually.
Yes, sir.
That's why definitely the diagram must be with electric potentials either in descending order or ascending order.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Have you noted this one? It is important. Once it was given in advance. Okay, next. Here it is. So what is the node number? 2 or 3? Fifth to be taught, Sparntesh? Fifth completed or fifth to be taught? 4 completed. Okay, fine. Suppose we are given the equipotential surface lines. We are given the equipotential surfaces like this. This is the center. Okay. Here this equipotential surface is at a potential 60 volt. It is at 30 volt. It is at 20 volt. That is given. And radius, here sample is O. Radius of this equipotential sphere is 10 meter. This is 20 meter. This is 30 meter. These are given like this. Then, what is the intensity of electric field? What is the intensity of electric field? At this point, they ask. Here they ask. Intensity of electric field is what? Intensity of electric field, capital E is equal to what? That is the question. First of all, you tell me these are the equipotential surfaces. Based on this, is the electric field is uniform or non-uniform? Tell me first. Current flow outside or electric field is outwards? Is electric field uniform or non-uniform? In case of uniform electric field, all equipotential surfaces are perpendicular to parallel to each other. I said already. In case of uniform electric field, the equipotential surfaces are parallel to each other. But here these equipotential surfaces are spherical. In which case it is possible due to point charge, due to the charged conducting sphere or non-conducting sphere, the equipotential surfaces are spherical. No, it is the sphere, spherical surfaces. Okay, so non-uniform. The equipotential here, the electric field is non-uniform. So at this point, what is the intensity of electric field? That is the question they ask. Okay, now how we can do this problem? Here potentials are given. Here potential is 60 volt, 30 volt, and 20 volt. Here the question they ask is, no doubt, as these equipotential surfaces are spheres, means definitely here there is a charge on the sphere or there is a point charge at the center. What is the charge that is not given? You imagine Q. Okay, now due to this charge, at this point potential is 60 volt, at this point 30 volt. That's why here it is a V1, here it is a V2, here it is a V3. So V1 is equal to, what is the general formula? K into 1/4 means K. K into charge Q by distance square. Distance square means at this point, as V1 is taken at this point, this distance is 10 meter. So 10. This is equal to 60 volt. Similarly, V2 is equal to 10 K into Q by this distance. V2 is equal to 30. This distance, the distance of this equipotential surface is 20 meter. So radius of this equipotential surface is 20 meter. That is equal to, at this point it is 30. From these two, we have to find KQ value. From these two, we have to find KQ value. You find KQ value from this. You add them. K cube by 10 plus K cube by 20 is equal to 90. Or when you take LCM, 3K cube by 20 is equal to 90. No? Okay. 3 30s are. Therefore, KQ is equal to 600. We keep aside. All are in SS only. Now, what is the intensity of electric field on the EP potential surface of radius 10 meter? And the intensity of electric field as well. Due to this charge, at this point, what is the intensity of electric field? Intensity of electric field E1. You say this is the E1. Here E2 intensity. Here E2. So we have find E1 now. Okay, E1 is equal to what? E1 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught means K into Q by distance square means R1 square. Okay, this is equal to KQ means 600 by distance square means 10. 10 square. 10 meter, 10 square. Meter or centimeter, that is, sorry, here these are in centimeters. These are in centimeters. Okay. Based on this, the value is 6 Newton per coulomb. E1 is equal to 6 Newton per coulomb. Suppose if you are given, these are in centimeters. These are centimeters. Actually, in the problem, these are given in centimeters. Then you get 600 Newton per coulomb. But I have taken in SSS only. That's why I got 6 Newton per coulomb or volt per meter. This is the answer. In this way, you have to do. Okay, in this way you can find E2, E3, Vijay. Yeah, E2 is equal to 3 by 2. Okay. Next. Okay, shall I write this one? So these are the equipotential surfaces. Next. Electric dipole. Some different node points are there. So I will start the electric dipole now. In next class, I will discuss the different cases again. Different node points are there. Okay. Electric dipole. when two equal and unlike charges, when two equal and unlike charges are kept at certain separation, then the arrangement is called an electric dipole. Two equal and unlike charges. Suppose here this is minus q, this is plus q. These are two equal in magnitude and unlike charges. That means one is positive and one is negative. Okay, these two are separated by certain distance. Then this arrangement is called an electric dipole. Here the midpoint is say O. The distance between these two charges is called length of the electric dipole. For mathematical convenience, it can be taken as 2L. And from this center, the distance of the charge is here. This charge is also here. So the distance between two charges is equal to 2L. For mathematical convenience, we have taken like this. Okay, this is an electric dipole. So when two equal and unlike charges are kept at certain separation, then the arrangement is called an electric dipole. In case of electric dipole moment small p is equal to product of length of the dipole into charge. Product of length of the dipole into charge. The length of the dipole is always measured from minus q to plus q. The length of the dipole is always measured from minus q to plus q. It is the length of the dipole. So in this formula, q is a scalar quantity. As the length of the dipole is a vector quantity, that means with respect to this, the position vector of this one is 2L bar, that is in this direction. As it is in this direction, p bar along which direction length of the dipole is there, along the same direction electric dipole moment is also there. Therefore, p bar is equal to 2L bar into q. We can write 2L bar into q. 2L bar into q. Okay. It is along minus q to plus q. It is the electric dipole moment. In every atom, electric dipoles are there. Minus electron, proton together constitute one electric dipole, because proton is having positive charge plus E and electron is having negative charge minus E. That's why every electron proton together behaves like one electric dipole. Okay. Now, electric dipole moment is this one. It is a vector quantity. Its direction is from minus q to plus q. What is the SI unit of the electric dipole moment? SI unit of P, small p, is what? Tell me, SI unit of dipole moment. SI unit of electric dipole moment. Coulomb meter. Coulomb meter. Because charge is coulomb, length is meter. Coulomb meter. It is the SI unit of the electric dipole moment. Now, due to electric dipole, the line joining the two charges, this is called axis of the electric dipole. Axis of dipole. Okay, the line passing through midpoint of the dipole and perpendicular to axis, that means that this one. This is called equatorial line. Equatorial line. Now we have to derive the formula for intensity of electric field at any point on the axis of the dipole, at any point on the equatorial line. Okay, now subheading R1 related to electric dipole. Intensity of electric field at any point on axis of dipole, electric dipole or simply dipole in this case. This is represented with E suffix A, axis. Intensity of electric field at any point on the axis of the dipole, EA. Here, minus q plus q, it is the midpoint. This length is equal to 2L. On the axis, at any point here, what is the intensity of electric field? Suppose this point is at a distance smaller from the midpoint of the dipole. Every distance of any point will be measured from the midpoint of the dipole. Okay, so this point is at a distance smaller from the midpoint of the dipole. That is given. Now, what is the intensity of electric field at this point? EA. EA is equal to, you see, at this point, due to the charge, you find the intensity of electric field. Due to the charge, you find the intensity of electric field. Due to positive charge, intensity of electric field at this point is away from the positive charge. Means due to positive charge, intensity is in this direction. Due to negative charge, intensity of electric field at this point is towards the negative charge. That's why E minus is in this direction. Is E plus is more or E minus is more? E plus is more or E minus is more? Tell me. E plus is more because this positive charge is near to this point. That's why net intensity of electric field is E plus minus E minus. Tell me what is E plus? E plus means 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, means that is K into charge Q by distance square. Distance square means KQ by ikkadi nunchi ikkadi varaku distance, E distance. That is R minus ikkadi nunchi ikkadiki L kada. This is L. This is L. So R minus L no, R minus L. Okay. So R minus L whole square. Similarly, minus intensity of electric field at this point into negative charge. That is equal to K into, as it is negative sign, negative charge. That's why we got the intensity of electric field in this direction. Again, you should not put minus sign. Okay, so you just you put Q1. Why? Distance of this point from this charge means this is R plus L. So R plus L whole square. Okay, therefore this is equal to KQ you take common 1 by R minus L whole square minus 1 by R plus L whole square. Take LCM. When you take LCM, A plus B whole square plus minus A minus B whole square. 4A we know. So 4RL by R square minus L square whole square into H. Okay. Shall I erase this part? Shall I erase this part? Hurry up, respond quickly. Okay, you know that. So intensity, it is the exact formula. Intensity of electric field at any point on the axis of the dipole is equal to this one. What is the direction of this intensity of electric field on the axis? In this direction. Net intensity in this direction, because E plus is greater than E minus. That's the net intensity in this direction. Minus Q to plus Q. That's why the direction is from minus Q to plus Q. It is the exact formula. In case of and moreover in this case you see, as electric dipole moment is equal to 2L into Q, so intensity of electric field EA is equal to K means 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into, you see here 2L into Q can be written as P. Here 2L into Q can be written as P. Remaining 2R is there. That's why 2RP. 2RP by R square minus L square whole square. In terms of P, this is the formula. Okay, it is from minus Q to plus Q. If dipole is short, that means L is by far less than smaller, comma, then you neglect this L. When you neglect L, then EA is equal to, what is the value you will get? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into, here L square can be neglected, R to the 4. R by R to the 4 means by R2, 2P by R2. So 2P by R2. So in case of short dipole, if dipole is short or short dipole, intensity of electric field along the axis is equal to this guy. Note down. E plus is how it is small, E plus how it is small, because this E plus is the intensity of electric field at this point due to positive charge. This is nearer to this point now. These two charges are same in magnitude, but positive charge is nearer to this point. That's why intensity of electric field will be more here now. Okay. Right. Have you noted? So here, due to the charge at this point, the intensity of electric field E plus. Due to this negative charge at this point, the intensity of electric field E minus. But due to this negative charge, intensity of electric field due to negative charge is always towards the negative charge. Due to positive charge, away from the positive charge. If the positive charge is going to దూరంగా ఇటువైపుకి intensity of electric field due to positive charge ఉంటుంది. ఆ రెండు ఆపోజిట్ డైరెక్షన్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి నెట్ ఇంటెన్సిటీ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు E plus greater than E minus కాబట్టి E plus minus E minus అని రాస్తాం. E plus వాల్యూ అంటే దీని వల్ల ఇక్కడ ఇంటెన్సిటీ రాసా, E మైనస్ అంటే దీని వల్ల ఇక్కడ ఇంటెన్సిటీ ఎంతో రాస్తా. ఓకే, దాన్ని సింప్లిఫై చేస్తా. ఓకే, గుప్తా. ఓకే, right, Keshav Gupta. No, Sonita Gupta, somebody else asking. I am not asking Keshav Gupta. Sonita Gupta. Okay, shall I raise? Okay, no. Right. Okay. Already fundamental at the beginning only I said no, intensity of electric field at any point due to negative charge is towards negative charge. దీని వల్ల ఇక్కడ intensity of electric field towards negative charge ఉంటుంది. పాజిటివ్ చార్జ్ వల్ల ఏమో away from the positive charge ఉంటుందని చెప్పాక ఆల్రెడీ intensity of electric field fundamental definition చెప్పేటప్పుడు the force experienced by unit positive charge అని చెప్పారు కదా మీకు. మనం ఎక్కడైతే ఇంటెన్సిటీ పాయింట్ వచ్చారో ఆ పాయింట్ యూనిట్ పాజిటివ్ చార్జ్ మనం తీసుకున్నప్పుడు ఆ యూనిట్ పాజిటివ్ చార్జ్ మీద నెగటివ్ చార్జ్ వల్ల పనిచేసే అట్రాక్షన్ ఫోర్స్ ఇటువైపు ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి ఇంటెన్సిటీ ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్ ఇటువైపు ఉంటుందని బిగినింగ్ లోనే చెప్పా కదా నేను. ఓకే రైట్. నెక్స్ట్ సెకండ్ వన్, intensity of electric field at any point on the axis of the dipole. Sorry, at any point on the equatorial line of the dipole. Second one, intensity of electric field at any point on an equatorial line of electric dipole, that is represented E. Okay, suppose this is the electric dipole. It is having two equal and unlike charges like this. Both are separated by distance here, and it is the midpoint. So this is here, this is here. So dipole moment is equal to 2L into Q. You know, this is the equation 1. Equatorial line is this one. The line passing through the midpoint and perpendicular to the axis of the dipole are perpendicular to the line joining the two charges. Okay, this is 90. At any point on equatorial line here, we have to find the intensity of electric field E. That is the case. Due to here, this point is at a distance smaller from the midpoint of the dipole. Now, at this point, due to this positive charge, the intensity of electric field away from the positive charge is in this direction. Due to positive charge. Due to negative charge, the intensity of electric field is towards negative charge. That is in this direction. So E minus. What about this length? This is square root of R square plus L square. No? Okay. Now, what about E plus and E minus values? Here, intensity of electric field at this point from the positive charge is this one. Here, charge is same. Both are having same magnitude, and distance of this point from the charge is also same. Here, this is whatever this distance is also same. That's why due to positive charge and a negative charge in magnitude, the intensity of the electric field remains same. What is that value? At this point, due to this charge, the intensity of the electric field is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into charge q by distance square. Distance square means root r square plus l square whole square. So therefore, E plus is equal to E minus is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r square plus l square only. This is equation 1. Now, these two, E plus and E minus, both are at certain angle. Both are not along the same direction. They are making some angle here. By taking this E plus and E minus as the adjacent sides, you construct the parallelogram. You construct the parallelogram. Or you resolve this into components. Resolve this into components. Suppose this angle is theta. Resolve this E plus into component, this component and this component. If it is theta, this is 90 minus theta, and this is theta. If it is theta, this is theta. This is theta. Okay. It is also 90 minus theta. This is also theta. Because it is 90 minus theta, so this is also 90 minus theta. Because if it is theta, this is theta. This is also theta. This is 90 minus theta. As intersection of two lines, it is 90 minus theta. As these two are perpendicular, if it is 90 minus theta, it is theta. Now we tell me components in this direction. E plus sin theta is there. In this direction, E plus cos theta is there. You resolve this component of E minus also. E minus also into components. One component in this direction is E minus cos theta. In this direction, E minus sin theta. This E minus sin theta, E plus sin theta both are cancelled because E plus E minus both are equal. That's why these two components will be cancelled. Only these two components lies along this direction. That is the net intensity of electric field. Therefore, net intensity of electric field at the point P, E is equal to E plus cos theta, E minus cos theta. As this E plus E minus both are equal, we can write 2E plus cos theta. Since E plus E minus both are equal in magnitude, we can write like this. This is equal to 2 into E plus means E plus or E minus 1 by 4 by epsilon naught q by r square plus l square into cos theta. From the diagram, what is cos theta? Cos theta is equal to L by this hypotenuse. L by square root of r square plus l square. Therefore, E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into, you see, 2L into Q. That can be written as P now. So P by r square plus L square whole to the power of 3 by 2. This is the formula for intensity of electric field at any point on the equatorial line. What is the direction of this intensity of electric field on equatorial line? In this direction means from positive to negative. That's why it is from positive plus Q charge to minus Q charge. In previous case, at any point on the axis, it is from minus Q to plus Q. Here it is plus Q to minus Q. If dipole is short, then L is by far less than small. Then E is equal to, neglect this here. Therefore, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into P by, you will get R cube, no? No doubt. Yeah, that is correct. Bashwant. No doubt. Yeah, 2L into Q is equal to dipole moment only, electric dipole moment only, no, Baladitya. Length of the dipole into one of the charges of the two charges. One of the charges is Q, that is equal to electric dipole moment P. What is your doubt? Teda Singha, అదే మూవీలో నేమ్ లాగా ఉంటుందా? Teda Singh, you are not unmuting. His name is Teda Singh, that's why I'm speaking like that. In one movie, that name is also there, I think. Teda Singh, you are not unmuting. But you raise your hand. Okay, you are not unmuting. Okay, in case of sharp dipole, already on axis 2p or something into 2p by r2, on equal line 1/4 p by r2. That is for sharp dipole. Intense of electric 2 times. Teda Singh, something happened. Okay. So intense of electric field on the axis is equal to 2 times the intense of electric field on the equal line. It is the case of sharp dipole only. For sharp dipole only. Okay, Vashwant. Right. Third one, intensity of electric field at any angle. At any point with polar coordinates r theta, that is E theta. Suppose this is an electric dipole, minus Q plus Q. These two are separated by distance 2L. So dipole moment, electric dipole moment is equal to 2L into Q. That is equation 1. At any point here, somewhere here, at a distance r, we had to find at this point we had to find the intensity of electric field. The line joining this point and the midpoint of the dipole makes an angle theta with the axis of the dipole. At this point, what is the intensity of electric field? Here, in case of here, it is the case of sharp dipole. Due to sharp dipole. Okay, it is the sharp dipole. So now resolve this. Here the dipole moment of this dipole is along from minus p to plus p, no, minus p to plus p, no. So that is p in this direction. Resolve is p into two components. One component is in this direction. One component is in this direction. If it is p in this direction, this is p cos theta. This is p sin theta. Now you imagine there is another dipole having dipole moment p cos theta. As the p cos theta is in this direction, here this point lies on axis of this dipole having dipole moment p cos theta. What is the intensity of electric field at that point? We find first. Just 2 minutes. Okay, at this point, the intensity of electric field is along this direction. Okay, that is say E1. E1 is equal to, it is a sharp dipole. On axis of the sharp dipole, the intensity of electric field is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into 2p. 2 into p means p cos theta. P cos theta by distance q means r. This is equation 1. 2. Next, due to this component of the electric dipole moment, you imagine there is an electric dipole having dipole moment p sin theta in this direction. This point is on equal line of this dipole, because electric dipole moment is in this direction, means this is the equatorial line. At any point on the equatorial line, the intensity of electric field is opposite to the dipole moment. That means in this direction. That is the E2. So E2 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into P by R2. P means P sin theta. P sin theta by R2. This is 3. Here, these two are perpendicular to each other. The resultant of these two can be obtained by constructing a parallelogram like this. ఇక్కడ ఒక parallelogram construct చేస్తే ఇట్లా ఆ parallelogram యొక్క diagonal ఈ రెండిటికి resultant intensity డిఫరెంట్ వస్తుంది. So resultant intensity is equal to, as these two are perpendicular, square root of E1 square plus E2 square. That is equal to square root of E1 square means this square. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into 2p cos theta by r cube whole square plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into p sin theta by r cube whole square. Okay, this is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught p by r cube is here and here. You take their square common and write outside. Then remaining is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into p by r cube. Remaining in the root only you write. Here 2 cos theta is there, whole square, that is 4 cos square theta plus here sin square theta. Sin square theta. This is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into p by r cube into root of, you see, you split this into 3 cos square theta plus cos square theta. Cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. 1 plus 3 cos square theta we can write 1 plus 3 cos square theta. This is the formula for intensity of electric field. What is the direction? This resultant intensity E theta is along this direction. Angle made by this resultant intensity with the line joining the point and midpoint of the dipole is say alpha. Then tan alpha is equal to opposite means this side. This side is parallel to E2. So E2 by E1. E2 means this one. So this by this gives what? Tell me. This by this gives what? Tan theta by 2, no? Tan theta by 2. Am I correct or not? E2 by E1. That means this by this means you get tan theta by 2. Okay? Is it correct or not? Yeah, tan theta by 2. So when you know this alpha value, then we can say resultant intensity at this point is along the direction making an angle alpha with the line joining the point and midpoint. ఈ లైన్ తోటి ఆల్ఫా యాంగిల్ చేస్తూ రిజల్టెంట్ ఇంటెన్సిటీ ఉంటుందని చెప్పొచ్చు. ఓకేనా? బై ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ. ఓకే, నోట్ డౌన్. ఐ యామ్ సైనింగ్ అవుట్. నౌ టైం ఇస్ 8:34. Formula is 2 into P no. In case of short dipole, at any point on the axis, the intensity of electric field is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into 2p by r cube. No, 2 into P means here on the axis, the dipole moment component, electric dipole moment component is P cos theta. That's why instead of P, I have written P cos theta. Okay, Kamil. Right on. Thank you all of you. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye all of you. I'm signing out. Pranit. Okay. क्या प्रणीत हो गया क्या? ओके ना, बाय ऑल ऑफ यू।